Sourkidsproductions.
What is going on, folks? Welcome into a new and improved edition of the Final Drive here at Sour Kids Production Studios. It is Alec, it is Makai, as you can tell, in our newly revamped studio, Makai.
Yes, sir.
Nicely put together with some core decorations, I think, some football, some Star Wars, some Marvel, and hey, it came together pretty well, did it not?
Oh, yeah. And it's only going to get better.
Yeah, and more will be added to it. So,
yes, sir.
Very excited to be back, folks. We took a little hiatus during the summer. Everybody was busy with life, if you will. Lots of things happened, so we are just good to be back. Excited to be back here at Sour Kids Productions for the new things they have cooking. And more importantly, we are back right in time, Makai, for week 1 of the NFL season. It is that time of the year once again where our lives are controlled, and the fate of our happiness each week is determined by a football team.
Yes, sir.
So I'm very excited about it. Obviously, tonight we're recording on Thursday. It's the kickoff game between the Kansas City Chiefs, your defending champs, and the Detroit Lions. Mm-hmm. They get an opening kickoff game. And I think it's a team that everyone is very much excited about. Dan Campbell, Jared Goff, they had a very stellar draft, I think, all things considered. Mm-hmm. A couple of Bama players and Brian Branch, Jahmyr Gibbs. So the Lions, they're exciting, right? Like, they're an exciting team, I think, this year.
Oh, 100%. It's just my biggest question mark is, can you live up to the expectations? Because now teams are like, oh, it's cute to, win 7-8 games. But it's like, oh, go win the division now. So that's pressure.
And now it's open because obviously Aaron Rodgers is now a Jet. Mm-hmm. The Bears, they're rising up with their quarterback, Justin Fields. They made some big moves, getting DJ Moore, improving the offensive line, bringing in Tremaine Edwards on the defense. And the Vikings, who won 13 games last year, are still very much in the fold. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But before we get to the week 1 game tonight, and as well as the rest of the schedule, and as some of our thoughts going forward this season, obviously the big news came out yesterday, Wednesday. The Niners and Nick Bosa agreed to a new 5-year, $170 million contract. 122, if I'm correct, 122.5 is fully guaranteed, averaging out at 34 a year. Yep. And look, Nick Bosa is he's one of the premier edge rushers in the NFL. He does it all very well for that Niners defense. Very much worth the extension, I feel. But I just find it funny because Nick Bosa reset the market, yes. But next year here in Dallas, Micah Parsons will very much reset that market once again.
Oh, without a doubt. Like you're saying, 33 a year for Bosa. And Bosa's an amazing player. He's not to take it away from him at all, but if he gets 33, Micah's got to get 40.
Yeah,
and I know Micah was definitely licking his lips when he saw that tweet come out about how much Nick got, because now he's just gonna get more.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, look, Nick Bosa's a guy who he's had some injury problems last couple years, but still, when he's healthy, he's one of the best guys in the NFL at playing the run, playing contain on the edge, setting the edge, if you will, and disrupting the quarterback. That's what he does best.
Oh yeah, if you were gonna start a defense to a guy to have defensively as a piece to start your building a team from ground up, he's a guy. He's a guy. Micah,
Aaron Donald,
older guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never been a big fan of either of the Bosa brothers, but Nick Bosa, man, solid.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Micah Parsons will very much reset that market next year. He will not want the linebacker salary. He will demand that edge rusher money, as he should. I mean, the guy does everything for the Cowboys.
He is the defense.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Micah Parsons, Joe Burrow is up for a big contract as well. We'll see what happens there, because I know Cincinnati would like to get this done. Mm-hmm. Mike Evans, the Bucs star wide receiver, has made it very public. Today, actually, he announced that he has a deadline for Saturday is his contract deadline for the Bucs to negotiate. And if not, he will play for a new team next year, already determined. So
Just real quick, I know we're just kind of just running through NFL news, but like, where could you see Mike Evans playing next year, realistically? I know, like, receiver rooms are going to change this offseason, but like, where would be cool to you for him to play?
Mike Evans is a guy who's put up 1,000 yards every year he's been in the NFL.
Yep,
very consistent. Probably one of the better red zone threats in the NFL. That's tough. Off the top of my head, I could really see a team. I could see the Giants making sense because obviously they drafted Jalen Hyatt. They have signed Paris Campbell. They have the rookie who did they take last year?
Wando Robinson,
who missed last year with an injury. They're small, shiftier guys. They really don't have a big alpha target. I mean, they traded for Darren Waller, yes, but he's a tight end who Waller also has his own injury concerns. But if you needed a big one, I mean, Mike Evans makes sense for that team. If you're really gonna try and commit to Daniel Jones and that contract, I mean, Evans to me that'd be something that I could see happening.
The only thing is, if like I'm a Giants fan, I would be very like, again, Mike Evans has more skin in the game than Kenny Golladay did.
I knew you would bring that.
Kenny Golladay, same kind of build, 6'4", bigger guy, red zone threat.
It just disappeared.
And his ass was as stiff as a board trying to run around those cones and drills. That was hard to watch.
So New York, Baltimore? Well, no, because the Ravens, that's not their approach. They don't really go after receivers like that.
And he doesn't really fit Lamar. Lamar's kind of a guy like, I get you the ball in space, go make a play. And like Mike Evans, he can do that, but he's more of a throw it up, tight window, I'm going to go get it for you.
Now, who do you think then?
I'm going to just say it. The Chiefs.
Okay. Obviously, everyone wanted Hopkins to go there in the offseason. Didn't happen. I guess the Chiefs are kind of in the same boat. They don't have necessarily a big body type guy, unless you're going to bank on either Rashee Rice or
Justin
Ross to kind of make that impact year one. Both of them are Ross is a rookie too, right?
Technically.
They're technically, yeah, because he didn't play last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Kelsey, obviously, but they don't have like a big dominant wide receiver. So I mean, and knowing you're playing with Patrick Mahomes, a pay cut, you would maybe consider to go to Kansas City.
Yeah, go win a chip.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. I like Kansas City. Yeah, I mean those two make a lot of sense. The Giants and the Chiefs.
I'll throw one more team out there. Maybe the Raiders. I mean, just like if you're gonna keep Devontae Adams happy, Jimmy Garoppolo is still kind of a question mark. We got to see how that works. But like, let's say Jimmy's good. The Raiders are cool this year.
Yeah.
Why not bring in Mike Evans? You got a number two. Like you got your route technician and Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And now you got your go ball, jump ball guy and Hunter Renfrow in the slot still.
Yep. You got Michael Mayer, who's the rookie this year, who is kind of like the all around tight end.
That'd be interesting. That'd be
yeah. I mean, if you're gonna make a run in that division, you have to try and get the best players you can.
Oh yeah. But as we know it today, Mike Evans will not play for the Buccaneers going forward. And that's okay.
Well, this season, at least. He'll play this season.
He'll play this season.
Yeah, but interesting nonetheless. I saw somebody asked me, would he ever go to New Orleans to play with Marshawn Lattimore versus against him?
Jesus Christ.
I said, I don't think so.
Yeah, that's cooked after that.
They have beef. It's 100% real.
That is.
Marshawn Lattimore only... Oh, no, he's a very good corner, but he plays extra good the day they play the Bucs. So, no, I wouldn't like it either. So, but we'll see. It's interesting. We'll see with these contract situations, how they develop throughout the season. Because obviously, guys will get traded at the deadline. I don't think Chris Jones will, but he's still holding out, obviously.
He said he will not play until, what is that, week 8 is his deadline, and he'll play then. But up until then,
no. And he's gonna be in a suite tonight watching the game at Arrowhead.
That's crazy.
And I mean, I kind of get it because all the glamour and all the attention goes to Mahomes, the Kelsey, that offensive line they paid for a couple of years ago. The defense, I mean, they lost Tyrann Mathieu a couple of years ago. They lost one of their more underrated corners in Chardavius Ward. The guy that would have replaced Chris Jones in the lineup tonight, Colin Saunders, he's in New Orleans now. So the Chiefs have no real solution to their problem on the interior. So it's kind of interesting because we talked about it before we started recording about how interior defensive linemen don't get that recognition. They don't get paid. But at the same time, he's on that level of Aaron Donald, where he can line up pretty much anywhere and disrupt you.
Oh yeah, because again, and even if he doesn't, get to the quarterback, he's not being super disruptive. He's eating up double teams, and that's opening up somebody else to have a one-on-one, slip off a block real quick, and boom. It's making everybody around him better, as well as being a dominant player himself.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something obviously to watch. One that I don't think necessarily could be a thing because we really just don't know. Stephon Diggs and Buffalo. There was kind of some ramblings about Diggs may not be happy in Buffalo. He obviously, I believe he missed the first day of training camp or first couple of days.
It was huge news.
Yeah, because nobody really knew what was going on. And I mean, you kind of saw it happen in Minnesota towards the end when he wasn't happy, and the Vikings, traded him, right?
Yeah, he was traded.
He was traded. And now after back-to-back years with Buffalo where they didn't get it done in the postseason, and this year or last season might be different because you were at home, you have the weather, and you just got goose-egged by the Bengals.
Yep.
And I don't know. That could be something. It could be something, or it could be nothing.
I would say something.
Depending how the year goes for Buffalo. Because people want to talk about Dak Prescott a lot, and for his, I don't know, I guess regression is the word from last season, but Josh Allen should get the same criticism for last year. He was very careless with the football, and at times just didn't look like the Josh Allen that we knew the year before, where he was playing arguably MVP caliber football.
100%. I mean, it's just, he's a gunslinger. Like, you kind of got, like a guy like him, you kind of have to take the good with the bad. He's going to take shots. He's going to take chances. That's just, when you have the arm that gifted, you got to use it.
He could run too to extend plays.
Buffalo, Buffalo's in a tough spot because it's like, I feel like they got Josh and they just instantly got good.
Yep.
Like, I feel like that team, it's kind of like when, I love basketball, so I'm gonna take it to basketball for a second. But it's like whenever the Dallas Mavericks got Luka, and then all of a sudden we almost made the damn playoffs his rookie year.
Yeah.
Like, this is different.
Yeah.
Like, and then we have the Western Conference appearance 2 years ago now. So
he's a top 5 player at his position or overall in the NBA.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, but it can create a talent disparity because like you didn't really get to have those like first or second round picks that are high to get those high quality guys that are like, they're not going to be elite players, but they're good bridge players within your team that you need fundamentally.
And also like the timeline has moved up too, because obviously say, a guy like Jared Goff in LA, right? So when he was with the Rams, McVay, the narrative was, Sean McVay makes Jared Goff better, right? And obviously you weren't going to pay Jared Goff the moment he was eligible for a contract. So instead you went out, you traded for Brandon Cooks, you extended Todd Gurley, you went out and got Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, Ndamukong Suh even in LA. Like you were able to acquire veteran pieces because you knew on that rookie deal your quarterback is not ready for that extension. You can wait and build around him. But with Josh Allen, like you said, by year 2, he was already that guy, and you thought, okay, we got to pay Josh Allen when his deal's up.
And at that point, then it's just like, oh, and especially like you must consider Buffalo to be a small market, right?
Yeah.
Medium.
I feel like no market in the NFL is small. I feel like the NBA, it's more of a thing, but not in the NFL. But relatively speaking, yes.
Yeah, it's not the Dallas, it's not the New York, it's not the LAs.
Yeah.
So like, they're not super attractive. People don't really like cold weather like that. They don't like the snow. So it's kind of unattractive. So it's like for them, they have to be really good at drafting, and they have to take their shots with trades. Which that's how they've built the team around Josh Allen. Diggs, the trade with Diggs, like we talked about earlier. Like, they drafted well with Gabriel Davis. Kind of a overrated receiver in my opinion, but either way,
James Cook, Kincaid now.
I mean, good quality guys, but still,
Knox.
Like, yeah. If Josh wouldn't have been able to. Again, it's a two-edged sword because it's like you want your quarterback to be good whenever you bring him in and, he makes that huge jump for the team success and everything.
Right.
But whenever it does happen, it happens too quick. It sets precedents, and you don't have the ability to draft the guys on the edge. They're going to make your guy better, and you're going to be able to win long term.
Yeah.
They're kind of stuck in a middle ground because, again, it's like you can't unpay Josh Allen now.
Right. And another a couple more situations that reminds you of look at Kirk Cousins in Washington. You know, when Washington went back-to-back off franchise tags. Or, I mean, even Dak in Dallas. Like, Dak played out his rookie deal. And granted, he wasn't a first-round pick, so obviously he has just the 4 years and he's done. But again, like, every year the Cowboys were just going to bank on Dak, and then they're trying to build around that rookie deal. But then eventually you got to pay him. So it's kind of chalked, no matter. Like I said, it's a situation where it's good to be in this spot, but at the same time, you're handicapped in a way.
You're handicapped if you're not a big market where you attract free agency and free agency. It's tough. It's hard.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, Buffalo makes it work.
They'll find a way to win 10 games, narrow out the division in some way, shape, or form, and then
I don't know,
they'll lay a goose egg.
That's a tough division. I don't know if they're going to win.
It's really tough now because Aaron Rodgers is in town. The Dolphins are healthy.
Tua's learning how to dive correctly and fall correctly, which that does help. Like that's something he actually took time to learn, and I think it's going to help him out.
That's a skill set to have as a player to know how to fall.
And I mean, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Say what you want, but it's Bill Belichick.
Can't count him out.
No, he can't. So it'll be interesting. But now let's move forward to tonight's game, obviously, between the Chiefs and the Lions. Talk about these two teams, kind of what we think about them going forward this year. Let's start with the Chiefs, obviously, defending Super Bowl champions. Travis Kelce's now playing tonight with I think they're calling it a bone bruise in his knee. Obviously, that's a smart move. It is week 1. This game does not necessarily matter as much as the games he could miss if he aggravates it or, it's a worse injury. But the Chiefs, they're interesting, right? Because obviously the wide receiver group is kind of, I don't know if by committee is the right word, but it's just a bunch of younger guys. You got to figure out what the roles are with Patrick Mahomes, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. They're guys that obviously have gotten a lot of reps with them because, again, it's like there's nobody really new besides Richie James. But now you're asking a lot more of the guys that like you've kind of been waiting in the wings for, like a Justin Ross. A Sky Moore kind of got sprinkled in a little bit his rookie year, kind of made some mistakes here and there, kind of got benched towards the end of the year just because, again, it's hard being a rookie receiver in the NFL. It's you got to be on the same page with your quarterback. You got to know how to sit down in windows and coverage. And like the talent pool as far as cornerbacks are, they're getting taller, they're getting faster. It's getting tough. Especially when you're a smaller guy.
Juju's gone.
So it's again, there's nobody really new besides Richie. You're just asking a lot more out of guys that, you can't really expect it from because they haven't done it yet. They don't have skin in the game like a Juju did.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting from a receiver standpoint.
They'll still win the division. They'll still be the 1 seed.
Patrick Mahomes, as long as Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes,
still gonna
going back to the Super Bowl. Book it right.
He's done nothing else besides that on AFC conference games.
Exactly. So they're gonna be fine. It's just it might take a couple weeks to come together, especially if Travis misses some time. Yeah,
for sure. And I think I pretty much agree with you 100%. The Chiefs are gonna be the Chiefs, no matter what it is at the end of the day. The Lions, however, they got a team that's a lot more interesting. They kind of started off a little disappointing last year, but they finished strong, 9-8. They were able to win on the road, knock the Packers out of the playoffs last year. Obviously, when they had nothing really to win or gain. This team I think is heading towards the right direction. They draft Jahmyr Gibbs in the first round, which at the time surprised us. But I mean, look, the kid is essentially Alvin Kamara with 4.3 speed.
Yep,
that's what he is, and that is a weapon, no matter how you cut it up. So. I mean, the Lions in kind of the NFC North is kind of wide open right now. There's no real clear favorite because they're Minnesota, and the Bears are rising, but I don't know if they're ready for that next step yet. And the Packers with Jordan Love, we don't know what they're getting out of Jordan Love. They revamped the defense, revamped that secondary. Aiden Hutchinson takes another step in year 2. I like the Lions, Zig. I like the Lions going into this year.
Again, what's really like where my eyes going to be tonight? Jahmyr Gibbs. He's the guy. He's at Alabama. Where he really got to show his bag. Because people, nobody really knew him when he was at Georgia Tech. But I mean, he's a great receiver out the backfield. You can put him in the slot. Super explosive between the tackles. He's tougher than you think for a small guy.
Yeah,
like him and the Lions' ability to put the ball in his hands is going to determine how the season goes. Because, again, I am not a believer in Jared Goff. I will never believe in that man a day in my life.
I believe in Jared Goff.
Death being pointed at the earth, and somebody's got to make a throw. I'm not picking Jared Goff to make it.
Yeah, picking Andre Iguodala.
Not picking.
The laser death beam pointed at the
But other than that, like again, I really like what they did in the offseason. They brought in some really good, like tenacious, hardworking guys, like that fit the blue collar nature of Detroit and what Campbell's built there. So like they're going to be a good football team. And again, like you were alluding to, this division's wide open. Like I would say this is probably going to be the second most competitive conference in football. Right behind, I'd probably say the AFC East, just because that conference is crazy.
Yeah.
Star power.
Yeah.
So,
and speaking of the conferences and the divisions, let's go and get our I don't want to say preseason because preseason is its own thing. Right before the season starts, our predictions for the playoffs. Let's see how wrong we are when the season ends.
Okay. You
want to start with the AFC or NFC?
AFC.
AFC on the fun one.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs will win the West. I'm going to pick Miami to win the East.
Okay.
I am going to ride with Miami this year.
Okay.
Because when Tua was healthy last year, he was slinging it.
Weren't they 7-0 to start the year?
Yeah. Or no, they weren't. But Tua was on point.
Yeah.
So I'll pick Miami to win the East. I will go the Bengals win the North.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars will win the South. My 3 wild cards are going to be Baltimore, the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers. I think Buffalo will be the odd man out.
Wow. And that happens. Stephon Diggs is definitely out of there.
Yeah.
He will be a Dallas Cowboy.
I will pick the Jets as my last wild card team. Just something about them.
Okay. I'm with it.
Not 100%. You spot on with it?
I would say the only thing I check, like, because you pick the Bengals to win.
Yeah.
Throw in the Ravens.
So Ravens win the North for you, and then Bengals are the wild card?
Yeah, Bengals are the wild card.
Okay.
Ravens make the wild card. Take out the Chargers.
Okay, you're not buying into Brandon Staley. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. But they have too much good talent.
Yeah. Throw in the Patriots.
Oh.
Belichick, man.
So you have 3 teams from the AFC East.
They're gonna
Buffalo won't be one of them?
Nope.
Okay. I hope we're wrong. Because it doesn't feel right to not have Josh Allen, but to have Mac Jones in the playoffs. It doesn't feel right.
Premier cover athlete, some guy that's built like a sack of potatoes. It's interesting.
All right, let's go to the NFC now. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys to finish as the 1 seed and win the East.
Wow,
I do.
It's a lot of belief in Dak Prescott.
I think this is probably the best roster on paper you guys have had in the last couple of years. Okay. I think so. I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win the East. San Francisco will be the 2 seed that win the West. New Orleans will be the 3 seed that win the South. Detroit will win the North. And my wildcard teams are going to be... Why are you looking at me like that?
No. Go ahead.
I'll go with Philly as a wildcard team.
Uh-huh.
Seattle will be a wildcard team.
Okay.
And I'm going to pick the Bears. The Bears will sneak in as that 7th seed in the NFC.
The Bears.
I'll go with the Bears.
Okay. We'll just look at the camera real quick. The Cowboys will not be the 1 seed. We will not be. And why? Why? I gotta get my Dak slander bag. Dak Prescott.
It's a staple of this show. It's a staple.
Try to keep a straight face. Dak Prescott. Count your fucking days. Trey Lance is in town, baby. This is Trey Lance's team.
I should have known that was coming out of your mouth.
I'm telling you. I'm not even like rooting for it. I'm begging for it. I'm tired of watching Dak Prescott play football for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm tired of the mediocrity, man. I need to win.
I think they will win this year.
No.
They'll win games.
Like,
you mean like postseason wins?
Postseason wins.
Well, yeah. I don't know about that one.
Dak lost me in the offseason as soon as he was like, yeah, I'm not going to throw 10 interceptions this year. What quarterback comes out and people are going to say what they want to say about you in the media?
No.
You can't listen to it. especially as a quarterback.
No, especially if LaShawn McCoy is talking about you. You really shouldn't.
That really should go in one ear, out the other.
You really shouldn't listen to LaShawn McCoy talk about you if he's talking about you.
And if you do hear him, shouldn't get under your skin because he's LaShawn McCoy and he's goofy as hell.
He's
very unserious.
Yeah,
very bad at his job too.
Very unserious, but holding a football too. very unserious.
Give me the Eagles again. When
as a 1 seed,
1 seed,
okay,
NFC.
Okay.
Go NFC South.
You have the Niners as the 2.
Niners is the 2?
No, do you have the Niners as the 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
Brock Purdy, man.
I can't blame you on that either. Like, I think just real quick, I think the Niners, they talked and complained about Jimmy Garoppolo, holding them back. Well, you're essentially starting Jimmy Garoppolo again and Brock Purdy.
But that like Niners fan and like the NFL world will be like what the hell's going on there? Like when they aren't as successful as people like measure them up to be. But it's just like they brought in the guy Trey Lance that had all the talent. He had the athleticism. He has the arm talent. He has everything you want in a guy, especially nowadays and how the league is looking.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's just not what fits Shanahan's offense. So like it's kind of either have mediocre quarterbacks that like nickel and dime you, game managers, or the team doesn't. It's not going to work because that's what Shanahan's offense is based off of. It's very, very mundane. It's very.
We saw the report about how John Lynch wanted to take Justin Fields.
Yeah,
and Kyle Shanahan wanted to trade up to take Trey Lance.
Yep.
So you agree, like it's Shanahan's fault, right?
100%.
Okay, good. We're on the same page because I think so too.
I think honestly, Shanahan should be on the hot seat.
You're not okay. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. Right. So if you're gonna sit there and tell me if Mike McCarthy wins 13 more games this year and loses in the first round and should be fired for that after winning 13 games the last 2 years, Shanahan should be as well because you had a loaded roster.
Yep. Loaded.
You had a loaded roster before you traded for Trey Lance, and say what you want about hypotheticals and how things could have been different, but look at the 10 players taken after that pick: Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Micah Parsons, Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Like Rashawn Slater. Like so many players were taken after that pick. You could have sat there at 12?
12, yeah.
And taken one of those guys to help you win right away.
Just hypothetically.
And like they're lucky the roster was good enough to win because if you that on paper that goes down as one of the worst trades ever in NFL history.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's not on Trey Lance. Like Trey Lance is still like he's still shown enough to me to like have opportunity in this league. He's going to show up. He's going to prove people wrong. That's 100% just on the Niners and believing in Kyle Shanahan that he can juggle all these different things because he's pretty bad at everything. But
okay, but back to our little Shanahan rant is back to so the Cowboy Eagles is the 1.
Eagles is the 1.
Okay.
And then 2. Damn. I'm not even going to break it down like that. I'm going to just go division by division.
Okay.
So that's the NFC East. Let's go NFC South.
Damn. You know the right answer here.
The Colts. I'm kidding. Obviously wrong division. Wrong conference. I'm just messing with you. No, it's the Saints. Saints win it. NFC West.
It wouldn't shock me if Seattle wins that division. Just saying.
I can see them edging. I think they have better quarterback play. They have
that's fair.
Better offense as far as.
And I mean, they kind of took the Jets approach as far as the draft is concerned. You got arguably the number 1 wide receiver in corner. The Jets took Sauce and Garrett Wilson, and the Seahawks got Witherspoon and Jackson. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I don't hate it.
Damn, betting on Geno though is crazy. Because the Geno slander that's came out of my mouth in my life is crazy. Fuck, let's take chances, make mistakes. Give me Seattle win the NFC West.
Okay. Don't hate that at all.
And then we're looking for the NFC
North.
NFC North.
You picked the Bears last year.
Fuck, give me the Bears. Fuck it.
Okay.
Doubling down.
There it is. There it is.
The Bears.
Okay.
Wild card teams, Cowboys, obviously, pretty good. I can't go against this. Give me the Giants. can't believe I'm again betting on Daniel. I'm betting on a lot of mediocre quarterbacks today. And just throw the Niners in there again. I was
about to say
they're not going to be head and shoulders this year, like above people like people think. But
yeah,
I just can't count out, like, again, as much as I hate on Kyle Shanahan, the system works.
It does.
Running the ball, slants, outs, motions.
Yeah, it works.
It works. It lulls people to sleep, and they score points.
So. And the defense is still good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So
you just went out and paid your best player. It works.
Watching out for the Panthers, though. Bryce Young's coming.
So no Detroit in your playoff prediction, huh?
Nope. Jared Goff, man. Gotta get good quarterback play to me. I need it.
He played good last year.
The last half of the year, yeah. It's a whole new year now, though. And you're missing your second best receiver for almost half the year.
Is he your second best if he hasn't been on the field enough to show that?
He's shown flashes that he can be your number 2.
I'm just messing with you.
I was like, you like Jameson Williams.
I do.
Why are we slandering him right now?
I'm just glad I took Olave. I'm glad we took Olave over Jameson, obviously.
I mean, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
One could play day one. The other one was coming off an ACL, and one gambled on football games. So, like...
yeah, for sure. Okay. Now let's talk about some players and teams that we think will rise above the occasion and surprise people this year, and some guys who will not do that and very much disappoint us this year. So what team to you is like last year's Giants, where they just come out of nowhere and win games and get in the playoffs? AFC or NFC, who is it?
Bears.
Okay, that's a good answer. Okay.
Justin Fields really takes that leap. I love the pieces. Ryan Poles, man, he's, if nothing else, like, not to talk about him getting fired, because considering he just got the job and everything, he's his tenure is very short. But like, if I'm gonna be a GM, I'm gonna be a coach, and nowadays we've seen that, like, the leashes for this front office people has been shorter and shorter. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna swing for the fences. I'm gonna do everything in my power to potentially maximize what I have in my team. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's done exactly to a T. So, like, really banking on Justin to be really good. And he's got a dark horse MVP. I will say that.
I'll piggyback just off your point there for a second. I will tell people right now, get this mic, DJ Moore will have a breakout year this year. I'm convinced. Justin Fields is probably the best quarterback he's had in his entire career. Because the guy before that was probably Cam Newton when he was out of his prime, right? We'd agree? That's the best quarterback he's played with is a washed Cam Newton. It wasn't Kyle Allen. It wasn't Teddy Bridgewater.
Baker was hurt.
Baker
trying to throw the ball to him. Yeah, it was washed up Cam Newton.
Yeah, so now it's Justin Fields, and I will tell people, but DJ Moore will break out this year. He will finish top 10 in the yards. I'm all for it. I love DJ Moore. I'm all for it too, because I think he's a good guy, and obviously a very good wide receiver. So DJ Moore, I'm all for it. Mm-hmm. A team I'll go with who I think will surprise people this year, just for the sake of the narrative of it all, give me the Broncos. Give me Denver this year with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. I think they'll figure it out. Offensively, they'll get Javonte Williams back from injury. Mm-hmm. I think you'll have a healthy Cortland Sutton this year too. Jared Judy's Jared Judy. We know this. Yeah. He is what he is.
So it drops a lot.
And he gets hurt.
Yeah.
And just really isn't. Okay. When have you used the word about Jared Judy? Bust.
Not a bust.
He's a bust.
He's not a bust.
He's a bust. For what he was supposed to be, he's a bust.
But no, like, people saw the route running. They saw the explosiveness, the run after catch at Alabama. But, like, if you really go back and watch the uncut Alabama highlights, quote unquote, mm-hmm. He has a lot of concentration drops. He's very much, I want to catch this ball. I want to juke this dude out, take it to the house, which is great. That's a great mindset to have. Yeah. Visualize what you're going to do in football games, but you got to catch the ball. You got to catch the damn ball first.
You got to be on the field first.
Which health has never been a question for him until he got into the league, and that's no fault of his own though.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
He probably does everything he can to get me out there. Like he's a quality receiver, but it's kind of the Broncos' fault for banking on him.
True.
Because if we're being real, the receiver, because Henry was the first receiver off the board that year, right?
Correct.
And then it was Jerry, and then it was CD.
Yeah.
CD should have been one.
No, Jetta.
Oh.
Jetta came out that year too.
He did.
And Jalen Reagor.
Shut up. Leave Jalen Reagor alone. We do not slander that man.
No, we don't. We leave him alone.
So Jetta's CD.
Don't do Henry Ruggs like that.
I'm just
by default.
By default, he's got to go all the way down
below Jalen Reagor.
I mean,
he's playing.
One's in jail and one's is Jalen Reagor on an NFL team?
Minnesota still. Well, yeah, I think he's on Minnesota's roster still.
Damn.
How it comes back? Yeah, he's teammates with Justin Jefferson now.
Oh, that's tough.
No, but I believe in. I know Sean Payton may have aggravated me the last couple of years because of his cockiness in his own scheme, but it does work nonetheless. And I think with Russell Wilson, also Sean Payton is like a genius level move here because he like tore down everything Nathaniel Hackett did and just talked about how crappy of a situation it was. Mm-hmm. He's only going to build that up and then win Coach of the Year by going 11-6, make the playoffs. Make Russell Wilson look like an MVP quarterback again.
Like to your point, that was a good thing that he did because again, like when you're that bad and like everybody, the team kind of sort of turned on itself with Russ and there was a divide and it was really weird. Like when something like that happens, you have to really tear it down bare bones and like build it back up from the bare foundation, which he's done that.
Brought in his own coaches. He's signed a bunch of Saints players. A bunch
guys that understand him and his philosophies and everything. Yeah. But again, we never got to talk about this because this was kind of like during the off season of the show.
Yeah.
But man, Nathaniel Hackett, he was bad at his job. Understandably so.
He was.
He deserved to get crapped on like that. But man, hearing it seriously, in my lifetime of being an NFL fan, I've never seen another head coach
attack
and literally it was like he caught a stray.
For nothing.
Nathaniel Hackett just kind of like quietly kind of just slid to the Jets. Everybody's kind of like, oh, where's Nathaniel Hackett? And everyone's like, well, he's right off in the sunset.
He's with Aaron Rodgers again. They're buddies.
Yeah. And then, he's like, you know what? Fuck that dude.
You know what? This job, he should not have been a head coach.
He was incompetent.
I don't know what he was thinking when he took this job.
He practically should have said like, "Oh, an orangutan could have did a better job as the damn coach last year." Like he might as well have said that the way he talked about.
He could have said, "Hey, the Bronco mascot you have over there, you should have let him call plays."
Exactly. Like
to be fair, Hackett was he was bad, but. Again, I think for Sean Payton to just absolutely like destroy everything Hackett did with this team and like talk about how awful it is, one, it buys him time.
Yeah.
And I don't think Denver's going to move on from Payton if they don't win this year anyways, but it buys you time to rebuild. And then two, if you go above 500 and like actually look like a competent team, you're a genius. Like you make yourself look like a genius.
That's true. I don't know. I just eviscerating a man like he did to Nathaniel Hackett.
Another coach. It's wild. That's wild. I just never see that happen in any sport.
I'm rooting for the Broncos, but man, I don't know. After that, I was kind of like,
But that's Sean Payton right there.
I mean, that's who he is.
He calls it how it is. So yeah, I mean, despite not picking them in our playoff predictions moments ago, I think Denver will surprise people.
Be better than 3 wins last year.
Yeah, they would have had a top 3 pick, wouldn't they?
Would have.
Yep. Oh, God, that was that bad. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I think they'll compete and they might finish. They could finish second because Brandon Staley's a dingus too.
Yeah.
And they have Kellen Moore, so. Yeah. Get ready for curls and slants, Charger fans.
Oh, God, that's going to be bad.
Get ready for curls and slants.
God.
You know your deep threats in Quentin Johnston and Mike Williams? Curls and slants.
Yeah, again, get ready to see Keenan Allen get rocked on a weekly basis because that's what I had to endure with him trying to kill CD
across the middle
crossing routes.
Yep. Okay, so give me a player you think that will either surprise or disappoint this year.
That's a good question. I'll go with. I'm gonna go Garrett Wilson.
Okay, that's a good pick.
I'm very high on Garrett Wilson. Okay. Still mad I didn't get to draft him on my fantasy league. Very pissed. I forgot who took him in the league, but I wanted to yell at them.
Okay.
I love his route running. I think he's tenacious. He's a hard worker. I think him and Aaron are already on the same page with each other. Like the fact that like they'd been practicing together. You know, they probably had worked out before, but like practicing legit a week together in training camp. And he was like, man, this guy's Devontae.
Yeah.
That's high praise for a second-year receiver.
Yep.
So I think the sky's the limit, especially with Corey Davis, you know, announcing his early retirement at 20 years old, you know, which hope you're getting better, Corey. I just think the sky's the limit for him. I think he could be top 5 in yards.
I like that.
And touchdowns this year as a receiver.
Okay, I like that. I'll go with the guy that's just going to disappoint. But one note I will say, another Jet, Mekhi Becton Jr., who was a guy obviously struggled with injuries, lost a lot of weight in the offseason, kind of was fighting for his job, was announced as the starting right tackle, and Aaron Rodgers just praised the crap out of him in that press conference. Good for Mekhi Becton. This is a Mekhi Becton friendly podcast. Yeah. We love it. So that was a cool story to see him come back and fight to get that right tackle job. So one guy I think will disappoint this year. That's tough. Who do you think?
If I had to name somebody, I would say it's funny because he just got paid like a week ago. T.J. Hawkinson.
The most mid of mid tight ends I've seen.
They got paid.
Yeah.
They backed up a Brinks truck to that man's house.
The most mid of mid.
Seriously.
Ooh. I'm going to go with the guy that surprised me, actually.
Okay.
I thought of a guy. I'm going to go with Sam Howell in Washington. I think this is a kid who obviously played in that meaningless game against the Cowboys and looked good, but granted it was week 18, you know.
Meant nothing.
Yeah. But all throughout the offseason, we were kind of figuring out, well, what's Washington going to do at quarterback? You know, Heineke's a free agent. I mean, are they going to just be bad for Caleb? And no, early on, they announced they were going to stick with Sam Howell as their guy. And they brought in Eric Bieniemy. They have a trio of electric receivers in McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, who had a really nice rookie season, and Curtis Samuel. And all throughout the preseason, Sam Howell's looking sharp. You know, like this is a kid. Okay, maybe he can stick around and compete and play in the NFL. So I'm excited about him and Bieniemy in Washington. That's gonna be a fun guy to watch this year. One guy I will go with that I think will disappoint. That's hard. There's so many people who could disappoint. Dang. I'm gonna go with the team actually.
Okay.
I will go with the Eagles in a sense of obviously the Super Bowl hangover is a thing we've seen happen, but also, you know, they lost Jonathan Hargrave in free agency. They lost TJ Edwards in free agency to the Bears.
Yeah.
So they have those two spots in the middle. They have a young secondary still. And I know we praised Howie Roseman for taking Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis in last year's draft, but at the end of the day, those are rookies. They still have to come in and compete and play because we didn't see a lot of it last year. So to pencil them in as starters and that the defense will be fine the way it was, you just can't do that. So I think the Eagles, they still will be a playoff team. Like they're going to be very much in the picture, but I don't think that 13-win peak, you won't see that from them next year.
That's a fair assessment. I just think that like my ultimate X factor for somebody that might just go absolutely berserk in his rookie year, Nolan Smith.
Yeah.
I really wish Nolan Smith was a Cowboy.
Yeah.
Because he's smart. He's instinctual when he plays on the field. He's a great leader. Man, him and Micah chasing people off the, oh, God. Getting me excited just thinking about it. Damn,
I like that.
Damn it. Damn it, man. Wearing that damn green. Ugh.
I like that, though. I think it's going to be exciting. So we'll do week 1 preview, and then we'll do our hot takes for the season as they kind of go along here. Let's go through the games, Mekhi. Obviously, tonight, Chiefs hosting the Detroit Lions. When this drops, the game will be over by then, so we'll see how much of idiots we look like. But who's going to win tonight?
Travis Kelce out. Still got Mahomes on the field.
He's still got Mahomes.
Give me the Chiefs by 10. It's a close game. Chiefs score like a late touchdown to kind of pull away.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna pick Detroit. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will kind of like how, remember a couple years ago when Kareem Hunt had that stupid breakout game week 1 against the Patriots?
Yeah, like 140, 2 touchdowns. It was crazy.
Yeah, like he had a bunch of yards through the air, on the ground. You couldn't stop him. I think Jahmyr Gibbs will have that kind of game tonight against his defense.
Okay.
And we'll kind of, because I know when Ben Johnson talked about we're going to use him in a different way, people kind of joked like, oh, he's going to kick field goals. He's going to, like, what's he going to do that's so different than being a like a weapon offensively? But no, I will pick the Lions in this game.
Okay.
So Sunday action, we had the Panthers at Atlanta.
Panthers at Atlanta.
I'm going to go with the Panthers.
Yeah, give me. I think Bryce has a solid debut, and I think Desmond Ridder struggles.
Well, given every Falcon highlight I've seen throughout training camp, every Kyle Pitts and Drake London catch, the ball has been off target.
Been behind him.
Behind or forward or above or down. Whatever direction you want to pick, the ball is not in where it should be.
Not in the breadbasket.
They're very much tanking for Caleb, but they're just not saying it.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they could be a sneaker team, though. I mean, they could very much go get a wild card spot. Like, if Desmond Ridder can be better than what the hell I saw in preseason.
That's asking a lot.
Or it's Heineke season.
Hey, who knows? Okay, so we have the Texans, the new look Texans, CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, heading to Baltimore, take on the Ravens.
Oh, Ravens by a million.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's about to get eviscerated on national television. It's going to be bad. They're going to be like, damn, that IQ score, it meant something. The Texans are going to be really bad this year, bro. It's going to be bad.
Okay. I will go with the Ravens as well. I think Lamar, if healthy, will very much be in the MVP race this year once again. Bengals at the Browns.
Bengals at Browns.
Joe Burrow should be good to go, it looks like. Coming off that. What did he have? What kind of injury was it?
It was a calf.
Calf's the word. And now Deshaun Watson has a full year, so he's playing a full season in Cleveland. Man,
we didn't get to when we were talking about people or teams that could like disappoint. I think the Browns are going to disappoint.
They will.
There's a lot of question marks to me. Like, they're really asking a lot of the guys that, again, like, are cool pieces, but you're asking a lot of the guys that, like, on other teams would be rotational, like strictly rotational bench pieces.
Yeah. Give me the Bengals. Give me the Bengals in this one.
Yeah, give me the Bengals. It's gonna be close, but they pull away late because I don't trust Deshaun Watson and what he's cooking over there.
That's fair. All right, Jags at the Colts. Anthony Richardson, who is a captain, I might add.
Oh yeah,
gets his first home opening start of the season.
Give me the Colts.
Really? Okay.
I really believe in Anthony Richardson. Like, I think more than like him just being super talented and hardworking, like, he's a good human being. Like, we've seen that a lot this offseason. So I'm rooting for the kid.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Jags. I think they're just the better team at the moment, more proven head coach. Obviously, they're coming off the year last year they had, and you add in Calvin Ridley to that passing game. I think it's gonna be fun to watch for them this year.
Okay.
I would bet on it.
Okay.
You didn't get the.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. Rich chose to not acknowledge.
We can't make those jokes. People are getting they are messing up people's lives right now. Like Isaiah Rodgers got sent to the damn sun. Like, everybody else got 2 or 3 games. There's like Isaiah Rodgers.
I liked how the Chiefs Twitter page tweeted out over and unders for the game.
Yeah.
But NFL players cannot bid on games. God forbid.
Don't be Isaiah Rodgers, kids. Don't do that.
All right, let's go with Tampa traveling to the USA Bank Stadium, take on the Vikings. Give me Tampa in this game.
Yeah, everybody's talking all this crap about they're going to be terrible and this, that, and the third. I will say that offensive line is going to be interesting with Ryan Jensen being out for the year and everything.
Probably career-wise done, too.
Done.
Yeah.
No, I think.
And Wirfs is moving to left tackle, right?
Yeah, he's left tackle now.
Yeah.
So, kind of reshuffling that offensive line. Going to be some question marks there. Kind of question mark in the backfield. I mean, White's cool, but is he really a number 1 running back? We're going to find out. I'm betting on Baker, man. Yeah, give me the Bucks.
I'm going to ride with you as well. I think people need to understand, all right? Baker Mayfield, hold on, let me watch what I'm about to say. Baker Mayfield was not totally the problem in Cleveland, right? Like, that's fair. Like, he was a good quarterback who played hurt all that last year in Cleveland, and Stefanski immediately just gave up and went after Deshaun, who had issues already.
Exactly. Many issues.
Paid him the fattest contract in all of NFL in the history. And it goes to Cleveland with Matt Rule, and shocker, Matt Rule can't coach the NFL.
Yeah.
Gets fired. So I think this would be a nice bounce back year for Baker. I really do. I really do think that.
God, I honestly don't think that the Buccaneers are in full. They're not really in full tank mode. They didn't do a Cardinals, and they didn't flip guys.
No, they just cut the guys that obviously I think were there for the Brady run. Mm-hmm. But most of their core pieces are still there.
There's guys, and there's guys with still a lot of potential. So I think the Bucs are going to surprise some people and hang around a little longer than people think.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Titans at the Saints.
Titans at Saints. This is going to be a good game. This is a 3:00 game?
Noon. Yes.
Man, it's going to be kind of a mid-off at the quarterback position.
Give me the Saints in this game. You already know where I'm going to go, but give me New Orleans in this game.
Give me the Titans. I think Derrick King Henry's going. He's kicking Father Time's ass. So give me Derrick Henry.
He's LeBroning it.
He's LeBroning it.
He's LeBroning it. You think Derrick Henry will LeBron it?
He's going to backpack this team to the playoffs somehow, some damn way.
Stiff arm it, you mean?
Stiff arm it to death.
Stiff arm it to death. He will carry the Titans to nine wins and get them in.
Oh yeah,
and then get much like Adrian Peterson in 2012. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna go Titans?
Yeah, give me Titans.
All right.
Close game though.
All right, Niners traveling to Pittsburgh, take on the Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm gonna go the Steelers. I think Kenny Pickett is actually in for a breakout. Kenny Pickett, George Pickens. That duo was so on point throughout the preseason, and George Pickens just continues to make stupid, not even real catches.
Yeah, George Pickens wakes up and he doesn't shower, he doesn't throw draws on, he just throws on a pair of black Air Forces and goes about his business.
And a shiesty mask.
That's
all he needs.
That's all he needs.
That's all he needs. The picture. That's who he's a menace. He's an absolute menace to society, and I love it. I love it 100%.
God damn it! I wish he was a cowboy too. Either way, yeah, give me the Steelers.
Okay. Cardinals at the Commanders.
Cardinals at Commanders.
Josh Dobbs against Sam Howell.
Man,
give me Washington.
Yeah, this is a really tough one, huh?
Yeah, give me Washington.
Yeah, just to be different, I'm gonna tell you the Cardinals.
Everybody, I was waiting for you to say something.
Everybody in America's taking Washington. Not Rich Gannon, John Gannon. Maybe he lights the fire, and that was the weirdest opening training camp speech, by the way, he ever gave. That was
odd. I was kind of like perplexed.
So who took the bus here?
It's like if Michael Scott gave a opening.
Yeah, very corny, very
cringe,
raw, but yet rah in a way.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. Is it not?
True. He very much could be this year's whatchamacallit. We're just talking Hackett. He could be this year's Hackett. No,
I do like some things Jonathan Gannon has done so far. But the corniness is like Philly's head coach. Why can't I think of his name all of a sudden?
Nick Sirianni.
I mean, yeah, remember when the Colts game when they were like, "Oh, this is for Frank Reich." Like pause. What does Frank Reich have to do with this? Like, it works though. I guess in some situations it does work.
Oh yeah.
So you're going with the Cardinals?
Hey, give me the Cardinals. But it'll be
picking the rocket scientist.
I mean, yeah.
The NFL's a part-time gig.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fair. All right, Packers at the Bears.
Packers, Bears.
Give me the Bears.
This is definitely a 3:00 game, right?
Yes.
Got to be, yeah.
Yeah. Give me the Bears. I'm very much ready for Matt LaFleur to go like 4 wins and then get fired because I think he's overrated as a head coach.
Fair. He's on the hot seat, yeah. Him and Shanahan, count your days. I think Jordan Love and his arm talent keeps them in this game till late. I think Justin Fields in that rushing attack. Which kind of some question marks. Losing David Montgomery, that's kind of big. You're banking a lot on Khalil Herbert.
They signed Deontay Foreman.
Yeah, I think the running game with the Bears, and I think DJ Moore has like a big play that kind of wins them the game at the end of the day.
Singing with the Bears?
Yeah. Bears,
okay,
Bears.
I'm sorry. I just didn't know what you. Okay.
No,
I figured. I just wanted to make sure. Raiders at the Broncos. Give me the Broncos.
Damn, another mid-off.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Broncos. I don't like Jimmy Garoppolo that much.
That's your reason.
I mean, yeah, the quarterback position is the most important position on the field.
That's fair. Dolphins at the Chargers. This actually should be a pretty fun game.
Dolphins.
Lots of offense. I don't know. It's Kellen Moore, so I don't know. But it's week 1, so Kellen Moore's gonna have fun.
He's going to do something. They're going to put up some godly numbers and then disappoint the rest of the year.
Yep. Give me Miami.
Yeah, give me Miami just because of that defense.
Give me Miami. Eagles at the Patriots.
Eagles.
I'll go with the Eagles as well. Rams at the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, rest in peace. If you guys drafted Cooper Kupp, I'm truly sorry.
Yeah, that hamstring is looks like braised pork. It's tough.
It's not good. When you go see a specialist, it's not good.
Like for a hammy. Right, anything soft tissue, bad.
Not good. So yeah, Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks. Cowboys at the Giants. Sunday Night Football.
Giants.
I'll go with the Cowboys.
Dak.
You talk about quarterbacks. I think Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback.
Not Daniel Jones. Damn it! You got me saying Daniel Jones. Dak Prescott's going to throw with 3 interceptions.
Oh my god!
I'm expecting.
You want the downfall?
Yes,
you actively want it at this point.
I'm tired of it.
Okay.
The quicker he can throw these damn interceptions, the quicker I can move on with my life, and we have Trey Lance.
Okay. And then Monday Night Football to wrap things up. The Bills at New York take on the Jets.
Jets. Aaron Rodgers gonna eviscerate him, and I'm gonna call it. He's gonna have like one of those little kind of like not QB draws because you don't drop design run for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. He's gonna be off schedule, get out to his right, kind of jogs into the end zone. He's gonna hit the discount double check. It's back, baby.
Even though he's not doing State Farm commercials anymore,
which is crazy.
That's an era.
I mean, hey, you got the guy now with Mahomes. So kind of usher out the guy that doesn't believe in vaccines.
It's a new era. Okay, so those are the picks for week 1. Last thing before you skedaddle out of here, Makai, give me one hot take this NFL season. Give me something outlandish.
Just for the season, though.
Yeah. Man, give me something crazy.
I don't think the Texans are going to win a game. I don't think they win a single damn game.
Really?
Not one.
Really?
I think this is the worst team in football still.
Really?
Yeah. CJ Stroud, man. I don't believe
you don't believe in Stroud?
Mm-mm.
Do you believe in D'Amico Ryans?
I believe in D'Amico Ryans. I think he's an amazing.
Okay.
But I don't think, especially your first year, I don't think the team's record is truly reflective of what a coach is. Okay. Unless your name's, Nathaniel Hackett. Respect him as a man.
Caught us stray after we already talked about this.
But again, he's kind of the blueprint for what I'm saying.
For how not to be a good NFL coach.
Yeah, he's a good offensive coordinator and a good guy.
He had Aaron Rodgers. Let's pause. He had Rodgers when he was a coordinator.
Well, true. I'm saying now, like him being in the OC role, he's back where he's comfortable, not a bunch of responsibility.
Yeah.
So
okay,
he'll be fine. But yeah, the Texans, I don't believe in it. That offensive line is atrocious. CJ Stroud is not an athletic quarterback.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something crazy. I think I've already had my crazy things for the day, so I'm gonna tone it down.
So the Houston Texans will not win they'll go 0-17, you think?
0-17.
First team that would do it.
Yeah.
With the new extra game. Okay, that's fair. Okay.
Go break.
I told you to say something crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. My hot take is going to be the number 2 seed in the NFC and the AFC will not be the Bengals nor the 49ers, because everyone kind of mocks those would be the hypothetical 2 seeds. I think the 2 seed in the AFC is going to be Miami. I'm buying into that very much.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Miami in the AFC. They'll be the 2 seed. And the NFC, I'm going to pick the Saints to finish the 2 seed. Softest schedule in football. You get Derek Carr there now with a functional team. No offense, Javonte. They were dysfunctional, let's be honest. The Raiders. A top 10 defense, a bunch of weapons. The Saints will finish as the 2 seed like the Eagles did last year with their soft schedule. Mm-hmm. At Miami, if Tua stays healthy, I think this is a team offensively. You just can't match the speed of Waddle and Hill.
Oh, they got Tasmanian devil speed. It's ridiculous.
And I think if Tua stays healthy, the Dolphins will finish as the 2nd seed in the AFC.
Yeah, because it's either he stays healthy and they win games, or Skylar Thompson's out there and they're in the Caleb Williams hunt. But they don't have their first round pick, so
yeah,
bad for no reason.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think those are my 2. Those would be the two seeds when the playoffs start.
That's fair.
So I'm excited. So we'll see. But that's going to wrap up the first episode back here, the final drive. Hopefully next week we'll have both Javonte and DeAndre in studio, and we'll recap week 1, talk about week 2, and what else happens in between. So very much looking forward to it, Makai. It's a pleasure to have you back in studio, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kenneth running the computer over there, making sure we're looking good and sounding good. There we go. And I think that's going to wrap things up here, folks. Do not forget, like, subscribe, comment, share, however you do so. And, we'll see you guys next week on the Final Drive.